So, how do I begin? How you doing, my old friend? I was in Florida. I had a guitar. It was an Alvarez. It was an acoustic guitar. I proceeded to smash it all over the stage at some bar. I don't know why. Performance art. It was crazy. My now ex-wife bought me another guitar to replace it several months later. And that is this guitar. So I've had this guitar for quite a few years now. I guess we're talking like I got this guitar in the year 2000. So I guess I've had this guitar for 18 years. I've known this guitar for a long time, man. The strings on it are completely dead. I haven't changed the strings on this since I got my Martin. And that was in 2011, I think. So it's been a while, but I still love this guitar. This guitar I've created a lot of music with this guitar. This guitar has seen a lot of shows, a lot of performances with this guitar in coffee shops and bars and even benefit concerts and stuff like that. So it's done a lot. Strings are very dead. I am very rusty. Turn to demons in their caves. Oh, be grass cast beyond upon the waves. Oh, the big grass cast beyond. Walk upon the waves. Walk upon the way. Nothing to return to but demons in their caves. Nothing to return to but demons in their caves. So I was thinking about maybe recording another record, music. I recorded a record of music about 3 years ago. I recorded my last record of music, and I never really released it. I mean, I released it on my YouTube channel, but I didn't really actually properly release it. I released it as a YouTube video that had the full album on it, and it was completely original music, and I recorded it all with a simple cassette deck. And I called the project Cassette Decks and Coliseums, and I want to do another Cassette Decks and Coliseums record. That one was called All the Great Things Are Simple, and I want to do another one. I got to figure out what I'm doing with that, you know. I've just been so caught up with internet marketing and running a business that makes money and supporting my family and stuff that I haven't really had time for a lot of things like that, you know. The dream of music was my old dream, you know, and I kind of had to let that go to dedicate my energy and my time to a new dream, to make that happen. I love music. It was my passion for a long time. I never really made much money at it, but I did get to meet a lot of cool people, and I did get to experience a lot of cool things. I've been saying for a couple years now several years now, that I'd like to start a record label at some point, you know, and I guess up until now that was all talk. But I would like to think that here I am, 41 years old. I'll be 42 in August. So I've been kind of thinking in my mind, like, hey, you know what? Like, it's time to put your money where your mouth is. Like, it's now or never. You know, so I think it's time for me to make a great return to the world of music. It's somewhat terrifying to me because when I left the world of music, I left it kind of jaded as a musician. I couldn't really make a lot happen, and I'd never made a lot of money with music, but I put everything into it. So, you know, going back to the world of music is going to be interesting. It's going to be on my terms. I'm not going to do it on any other terms besides mine. I'm not going to go back there as a struggling artist. I'm not going to go back there as someone who plays by the same rules as everybody else, because I'm not the same person as I was before, you know. I'm a marketer now. I probably know more about how to sell a music CD or a record than most of the people who are out there right now playing music. So I'm not going to pretend like I don't. So I don't know what it looks like, guys. As I learn more about it, I'll keep you updated on it on this channel. Yeah, so that's what I want to do. So I don't know. I just feel like it's a calling. I feel like it's a calling. I mean, whether you believe in God or whether you don't believe in God, I feel myself pulled to music. I always have. But it was important for me to get away from it for a little while. I don't know. It was, you know, I had been at it for too long, and I just needed a break. And when I say like I needed to get away from it, guys, I mean, I don't mean it wasn't a hobby for me, you know. I was in several bands. We played all over the place, man. And you know, when you play out of town, and when you play at bars, and you play at places like away from town, and you're leaving, you know, to go tri-state area, stuff like that. I mean, you know, that costs gas money. It takes your time. It takes effort. You're constantly putting money into it. It's like a business that never pays you back sometimes. But I know where we went wrong in my previous bands as far as like getting paid back and making money. You know, as a record label owner, like I won't make the same mistakes. But at the same time, you know, right now I can be honest with you and say, hey, the business model doesn't make sense right now. So, you know, for me, for a record label to make sense, me as the record label owner, I need to make money. Okay, my artists need to make money, you know, and the fans of the music need to get something as well, right? Because it's like it's got to be a triple win. You know what I mean? The artist needs to win. As the record label, you know, I'm kind of like the partner for the artists. I need to win. You could consider that, you know, an affiliate or a JV partner, if you will. And then the customers need to win. The people who are investing in the music. Because I don't even think, like, these days people necessarily invest in music. I think that people invest in the idea of what that means, if that makes sense. Like people, like the people who listen to Lady Gaga. It's like it's not just about the music for a lot of them. Like the hardcore fans, it's about a lifestyle. It's about an idea. It's about everything that Lady Gaga represents. You see what I'm saying? The people who follow Pearl Jam, like I'm a big Pearl Jam fan, and I love their music, but at some point it becomes about more than just the music. It's about everything. I mean, there's something that feels very genuine about Pearl Jam to me. They feel very genuine. They feel very salt of the earth. You know, 90s rock and roll. You know, let's just get our hands dirty and let's play some rock music. You know what I mean? There's something genuine and sincere about Pearl Jam's music to me. And that transcends just the actual songs themselves. So I think, you know, you have to tap into that a little bit if you want to make music a business. And I know you guys have not heard me say anything about the actual musicianship, the actual artistry. Well, the reason is because of this. You know, everybody's different when it comes to music and their musical tastes, you know. Different skill levels on guitar, different skill levels on vocals, different skill levels on all musical instruments. Like, none of that matters too much to me because I see music like art. Music is an art form. It's not a competition. So, like, to me, you know, a song or a record is a lot like a painting. Like, some people are going to love it. Some people are going to hate it. It depends on how you feel, what you're into. And the bizarre thing about that is that could change on a moment's notice. Like you might hear an artist or a record by an artist that you absolutely hate today, but like 10 years from now, you're in a certain kind of mood and you just put it on and all of a sudden it like resonates with you like crazy. Like just like that, you know? But like to other people, it means nothing. Like, you know, like some people, like the guys, you know, who draw paintings and they're just like a few lines and a couple dots and very, very minimalistic artwork, you know? And people look at those artworks and they say, I don't understand how that's worth anything. I don't understand how anybody can even like any of that stuff. But like, that's okay. It's like, it just depends on who's resonating with that artwork, you know? Because someone will walk along and they'll think, yeah, you know, my life is too freaking complicated. I love this piece of artwork. It's quite simple. It's quite spacious and it moves me. It produces an emotion in me that I love. I want it. How much is it? You know what I mean? And like they want it, they hang it on their wall, and they feel like it just complements the room, and that's what it is, man. And with music, it's like, you know, you put on a certain record, and it's just like that record was just perfect for your day. And that was just the soundtrack for your day, and it just complements what you have going on in your mind for that moment. And like that is how I see music. And that doesn't necessarily have anything to do with being the best guitar player or the best singer. It has everything to do with painting a picture that's going to resonate with some people. So that's how I see music, man. And, you know, when I run my record label, that's how I'm going to run it. Anyways, that's a project of mine. It's a passion project. It's a passion project to be sure. I don't like operating in spaces where I cannot make money. That's it, point blank, because I feel like I'm wasting my time if I'm doing that. I need to get something out of it, monetarily, you know, not just passion, not just I love it, but I also want it to be able to be profitable as well. I mean, that's just how I feel about it, man. I don't feel like I've got the luxury to waste my time on things that don't make me money. That's how I feel. I feel like I don't have that luxury. Maybe if I was like a 6-figure, 7-figure, 8-figure marketer, it would be a different story, and I had time to waste on things that I was passionate about that didn't make me money, but I don't feel that way. I feel like if I'm going to dedicate my time and effort to something, it actually needs to make money as well. So that's where I'm at on it, man. Anyways, that being said, you know, pulling out this old guitar here, it kind of made me very nostalgic, and it reminded me of my 20s, to be honest. And I guess, man, let's be fair, I guess it reminded me of some of my 30s too. And it just kind of made me think how much life has changed for me over the last, 20 years or so. And it also made me think about, why I started this channel to begin with. This channel is meant to help me kind of give back with who I am a little bit, outside of just being a marketer. And part of that is bringing music back into the fold. So that's kind of what I want to do. I want to kind of get back into music a little bit. Not like I was before, because I don't plan on letting music dominate my life like it did before. But it is a part of me, and I do want to continue to explore that aspect of me, because that was an outlet for me. When I was stressed out, when I was upset, when I was depressed, whatever things were going on in my life, music was always an outlet for me. And I think it's important for us to have outlets. So, basically what I want to do is I want to record another record. Maybe I'll use this guitar over here. I'll probably be using my Martin, but I'll try to film some video clips as I'm recording, so you guys can see what I'm doing. I don't know. I want to use the cassette deck, but I don't know if I'm going to or not. I might. We'll see. Who knows? We'll see. I like using the cassette deck's cool. It's good. I think lo-fi is the new Pro Tools. That's what I think. I mean, Pro Tools is great. We've reached a time in human history where you can take any kind of piece of music and put it in a computer and absolutely make it perfect, like no flaws whatsoever. So I love this organic kind of grassroots feel, Anyways, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put a link in the description, guys. I will link to the last record I put out. It's totally acoustic. Hey, you have to let me know what you think about it in the comments section. Anyways, guys, that's it for me. I'm done. Day 81's a wrap. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace, everybody.